So you said, when I asked you, what's your personal opinion, you said that two is sufficient for a hadith to be considered mutawatir, right? Do you still hold that view?
So as I said to you before, the whole thing is subjective, right? Because even an
Yes,
isolated
yes, it is.
narration.
It is subjective. But I asked you directly. I said, "What's your opinion?" And you said two.
Yeah.
Are
So
you going to take that back?
no,
Are you
no.
going to take that back, or are you going to
I
stick with it?
as I said, I have no issue. If two or more people narrate something, then yeah, for me, it's something which is
N
multiple.
Multiple attested is different than mutawatir. You are aware of that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course, no doubt. And then obviously you have the water as well. But I don't get where you want to take it. Like even as I said to you, even if a hadith is mutawatir, doesn't mean that it's something true.
Okay, so this is an interesting new يعني new definition. Yeah, so what you're saying is because it's possible that all four of them came together and they lied about this, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
exactly,
saying?
exactly, exactly.
Okay. Okay. So then four people wouldn't be sufficient for you. For you, Sayyid Ali, four is not sufficient for tawatur.
For
So
me,
the question is,
one person is sufficient.
one person is mutawatir?
No, I said for me, one person narrating something is sufficient. If it's one or more, even.
Yeah. Yeah, so the question is for you, how many narrators do we need to have in a specific level for the hadith to be mutawatir? Last time you said two. Are you going to take that back?
No, no. So according to my opinion, for me, as I said,
Yeah.
this is a subjective thing. So for me, two or more, no problem. But again, we have to look at the chain. We have to look at who the person is narrating it. Is there context? Does it conflict other narrations? So these are all things that I believe that need to be taken.
Okay, so two is mutawatir, as long as it doesn't conflict with another reports, for example.
Yeah, exactly. So if it doesn't contradict with other narrations and what the particular individual said, in other reports as well, because it could well be the person said something under duress, right? Or they may say
Is it
something and then
possible?
later they say something else contrary to that. So yeah.
You said two is mass transmitted last time. You said two is mass
So
transmitted.
I said if one or more people, right, narrate something, it increases the chances of that event happening. But even then, it's subjective, necessarily mean it occurred.
I'll ask you a very direct question. Did you last time? Did you say this? Yes or no? Did you say two is mass transmitted? Yes or no?
You asked, according to me, what do you consider as mass
Yes.
transmission,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I said, if two or more people narrate something,
Yes.
according to me,
Yes.
not my scholars, right? Not my
Yes.
scholars,
Okay.
it would be enough to determine something which is attested more than one person.
Let me repeat myself because you're answering with a different answer. So I have to be direct and you have to be direct. I asked you last time, how many, according to you, is mass transmitted? You said two. Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Thank you. Jazakallah khairan. So Sayyid Ali, do you agree that it's mutawatir that the imams denied being imams?
Sorry, say that again.
Do you agree that it's mutawatir that the imams denied being imams?
Yeah, so here we have two groups of narrations. We have one group of narrations rejecting the imama as an example, right? I'm not saying there's such
Yes.
traditions exist. So even if they do, hypothetically, let's just say we have a group of narrations that the imams have denied.
Authentic.
They
Authentic, of
denied
course.
they
Your
denied
books.
the imama, right? And we have other reports suggesting otherwise from another group of their
Yes.
companions. So we
Yes.
look at the position of Sunnis. Sunnis don't consider them imams as how we consider them imams. So we believe the opposite.
Okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. That's an interesting answer. I would like to point out that yes, there are clear, authentic reports in Al-Kafi in which the Imam is being asked if he's an Imam and he's outright denying it. Of course, according to your criteria, it's a mutawatir hadith because we have more than one hadith that does say this. The question is, how are Sunnis blameworthy for rejecting the Imams and the Imam of the Imams
Sure, sure.
if it's mutawatir? In Tashayyur, this is a part of the deen. You have the Imams saying that rejecting one Imam is rejecting like all the Imams. Those that do not know the Imam of their times He dies a death of Jahiliyyah, and this is a death of Jahiliyyah of kufr and nifaq and whatnot. A person who rejects the imamah is someone that is going to go to hell. All right, and the thing is, the problem with this is that I'm asking, how is this binding? How
Brother,
is this? How are we blameworthy? How are we blameworthy
brother,
when,
allow
according
me
to
to
you,
respond now, right?
to
Because I
you, let me finish. Let me finish. All right. And by the way, these reports of Ahl Sunnah going to hellfire and for rejecting the Imam, this is mutawatir according to your standards, yeah? Because as you said, two narrators are enough.
this.
Sayyid
Why do
Ali,
you guys disagree?
I've asked you a direct question about the blameworthiness. Okay,
If
please deal
somebody
with
is,
that
if
instead of
somebody is,
diverting. Instead of diverting.
Habibi, our narrations talk about different groups of people, right? People who, the simpletons, they're not held accountable in this manner, right? Just as
Okay,
like your
my
scholars, they
response, my
belong to different.
response, my response to that is it's mutawatir according to your standards that every man that goes to the souk and can buy and sell, then he's blameworthy and he's not a simpleton. How do you deal with that?
Your issue is essentially somebody who's sent to hell for merely rejecting the walaya of Imam Ali alayhi salam.
No, for any of the imams. For any
Okay,
of the
for
imams. If I reject the Til Jawad, who became an imam at the age of 8, then I'm gonna go to hell forever. If I reject that the Mahdi, the 12th imam exists, then I'm going to go to hell forever.
Okay, so
And if
now
I
here, okay,
reject, and
sure, sure.
most importantly, if I reject that Al Baqir is an imam, even though he has said I am not an imam,
I already
according to
responded to
your
that, but anyway,
reports, according to your
sure.
reports, then I'm going to go to hell forever.
As I said to you
That doesn't
before,
change anything.
each person's situation is different. You don't even have to be a Muslim to enter into Jannah, right? You may not
Okay.
necessarily enter into for those.
Okay.
I
Sayyid Ali,
quoted a book. I
Sayyid Ali,
quote
me.
you.
I'm someone who
Okay, so
spent the past 10 years, I'm someone who spent the past 10 years learning about Tashayyur, all
yeah,
right? I
okay.
know your books, excuse me, but I do know your books
Books
better
as
than
well.
you do, all right? Am I going to hell? Am I going to hell? Because I've come across reports, mutawatir reports according to your standards, that the Imam says I'm not an Imam.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's what I
So
believe. That's
so
what I
here.
believe. Am I going to hell or not?
Okay, so
Am I
you,
mustad'af?
yeah, sure.
Am I
So
mustad'af? When something is mutawatir, Sayyid Ali, that means it's something that happened without a doubt.
no,
If
no,
you
no,
bring
not
something else,
necessarily. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean it happened with that.
طيب, Sayyid Ali, then you don't know then you don't know what's
So I
mutawatir
gave
means.
you the, so what if a group,
That's why
okay, so listen, so if a group of Christians were to narrate that Jesus died on the cross, you
then they saw something like that. They did see a man die on a cross.
I
Okay?
mean, that doesn't really deal with it. So if a group of Christians think that Jesus died on the cross, that's something which is fine and there's evidence.
I do believe, Sayyid Ali, by the way, this is not really a weird, controversial thing, yani, what you're bringing. It's not something that's going to shake the core of our understanding of Christianity. We do believe that Christians saw Jesus die on a cross. We do believe
Yeah,
they
he
saw
did.
that.
And it's mass transmitted, at least.
Yeah. No, it's not mass transmitted. It's not mass transmitted. It's
It's
transmitted
attested by a
through
few people.
through
Yeah,
four anonymous
there you go.
sources.
There you go.
It's not mutawatir.
Anonymous, bro. Do you know? Do
That's
you
why.
even know that what that means?
Said Ali, four anonymous authors,
Habibi,
none of them
people
being
hate.
eyewitnesses, is not mutawatir. Maybe for you, but for most people, it's not.
Well, for
And
Akhi,
that's
for
why.
according
Habibi,
to Shia.
when
That's
Jesus,
why.
listen, according
That's
to the
why.
Christian account, the
Yeah.
whole town witnessed Jesus' return. What are you talking
Yeah. Habibi, you don't understand what mutawatir is. If it's one person saying the whole town saw something, doesn't make it mutawatir. If I said to you, I saw a zombie apocalypse, okay, right outside my house, and my whole town saw it. I'm the only person reporting it. It doesn't make it mutawatir. All right, inshallah, it's clear. That's why you
I
have people in the
listen.
DMs DMing the mods saying that
You
you don't
have
know what mutawatir means, bro. That's
listen.
the issue.
Stop waffling, right? And you're moving here and there. Stick to the issue. Would you accept Shia Mutawatir reports? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's it. Then the 12 hadith of the 12 Imams is Mutawatir according to Shias. Maybe game over. Let me ask you a question.
La la la. Now, you said this to me. Now I have to respond to you. May I? حد Said Ali.
Of course
Yeah,
تفضل
go ahead.
تفضل
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sayyid Ali, you said the hadith of the 12 Imams is mutawatir, right?
Yes.
Okay, which hadith specifically are you speaking about?
I'm talking about an entire book that Sheikh Huramli wrote.
Now bring a report. You're speaking about a specific
I don't
report,
need to
right?
bring a report when I'm telling you it's mutawatir.
Bro, that's not how it works. You can't say this is mutawatir and that's that. Name the report. You're saying a specific report is mutawatir, right?
I'm saying to
Are
you
you
that
referring?
he's a.
Are you referring to the reports in which you have um, Al-Jawad narrating from his father all the way to Ali, in which Al-Hassan mentions the names of the 12 Imams? Is that the report you're quoting, or what
No,
report are you quoting exactly?
I'm talking about individual reports.
Can you give me an example?
I don't have the book to hand, my brother. As I said to
No,
you,
no,
there's an
no,
entire book
no, no,
written
no,
by
no,
Sheikh
no, no,
Huramli
no.
on
This
the
should be
12
simple.
Imams, who they are, the
This
names.
this should be very simple. This should be very simple. You said there's a book about a subject of this hadith of the 12 Imams, and you said it's mutawatir. I'm asking you, what hadith is this? I want to know which hadith are you talking about?
He quotes all sorts of narrations.
Like, name one. Name one.
Habibi, I don't have them to hand. Like I can't tell you. I
No, no,
don't
just
want to.
one. Just one.
I don't.
You've read the
I
whole
don't
book.
want
You've read the
to.
book, right?
I
Have you
don't
read the
want to
book?
I don't want to misquote the Imams. I don't want to say anything.
بالمعنى in the main in the same meaning. يعني, I want to have an idea of
We have,
what your report says.
as I said to you, we have attestation through the students of the Imams, right?
Yeah.
Through the students of the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt al-Islam. We have reports from the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt al-Islam. But mutawatir report, I can give you entire books that have
لا, give me
mutawatir
one.
Shia.
Give me one
You know,
hadith. Don't give me an entire book. Give me one
yeah.
hadith. I want to know what
I mean,
report you're referring to. This
there's
mutawatir.
there's mutawatir reports on I don't know, for
And bring
example,
one. That's what you've been asked, Bayat. Do you not understand? You say we're not asking to bring us a whole book. Just one hadith. Tell us what the hadith is. If you don't know per se, just paraphrase it, and Akhi Farid will know what hadith you're talking about. That's all we're saying. Bring us this one mutawatir hadith you're saying.
okay. So you talking about generally any mutawatir narration, or you talking about a particular
You
mutawatir?
said that you have a hadith about the imams being 12, and that's mutawatir in
Yeah,
your
Habibi,
books,
this is
right?
even mutawatir according. Well, I don't know if it's mutawatir according to your books, but at least you
No,
do have
it's one
something.
narrator. It's one narrator. It's not mutawatir, and
Is it
it's
from
not
Samir
imams.
ibn? Is it from
Jabir bin Samura. Jabir bin
Jabr?
Samura.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's not
Yeah.
mutawatir according to you. No
No,
problem.
no,
That's fine.
it's one narrator. It's half the conditions for a mutawatir hadith according to you.
So I told you we have mutawatir reports that Abu Bakr and Umar were essentially condemned in the fuel of hellfire. So,
Can you give me an example of hadith that says that?
bro, I'm just telling you, Sheikh
No,
Amli.
no, no, no. You can't just say it. You have to give examples, Bayat.
Yeah, so I've got a master transmitted report for you, Fareed, if you want one.
Yeah, go ahead. What's this mass transmitted report?
Yeah, so this master transmitted report, ironically, is similar to a discussion that you brought up. It's related to the discussion that you brought up previously before. It's from Sayyid ibn Tus, and Sayyid ibn Tus mentions
Who's this?
Ibn
Who's
Tus,
this?
Sayyid Ibn. Can you
Ibn
hear me?
Tawus.
Yeah, Ibn Taus, apologies. Ibn
Okay, okay.
Taus, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He says the scholars had authored numerous books of hadith on the day of Ghadir, right?
okay,
And his
okay.
Imam Ali alayhi salam's incident in wars, and in recording exceptional merits and virtues of him, and
Yeah.
attesting what we've mentioned. Among those who wrote books containing the details of what we've discussed, he mentions the scholars who have. Then he carries on and he says,
Can you bring one mutawatir hadith, Sayyid Ali?
Habibi, I'm
Just
just
one.
giving you, I just told you the whole incident of Ghadir itself is something which is mass transmitted for us.
We agree.
How,
Well, I agree. I agree. You didn't know? You didn't know I agreed?
Just for my
It's not about
understanding, wasn't
understanding.
so you accept the Shia
Oh,
understanding of
yeah,
Ghadir?
I swear, sorry,
Uh,
Farid Akhi, was it not for, is there any mutawatir hadith you were saying, or was it for the Imam?
wasn't it about the Ithna Ashariya?
Hadith al-Ghadir is mutawatir according to us. Yani we have multiple reports from several companions that all
You
attest
don't
that
have any
Ghadir actually happened.
report of what actually happened, the details on that, by the way. So you could
Yeah,
say it's mass transmitted.
So can you provide an example of something that happened in Beit al-Ghadir that I'm going to find problematic, that is mutawatir according to you?
Sorry, say that
So
again.
are you going to...
Are you saying a particular report, a Shia report that's mutawatir that you have a problem with?
I said, yeah, that's what I've been asking you the whole time. Yeah, that's what I've been asking you for
Yeah.
the whole
So
time, bro.
I already said to you before that Sheikh Hur Amli, right, in one of his works. Could
Say
you
I
just
don't
give
have
me?
anything, bro. Bro, just say I don't have anything, ya akhi. Khalas.
No. What do you mean? Why am I going to say that there's? So why don't we have a debate on what's mass translated in our books? How about that? As I said to you, you only have about 300
Bro,
narrations which are mass translated.
you spent like the last 10 minutes saying we have something. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a Shia report that's mutawatir, and you just said you don't mind that you're going to accept Shia reports that are mutawatir. طيب يا أخي, I'm asking you for it. Yalla, give it.
Each subject, right, each particular subject would require me to bring up those reports
لا لا
or to
لا
show
one
you
one one
that's mass
hadith
translated.
one hadith يا أخي one hadith. طيب. So read one statement.
Okay, yeah. So, for example, we have al-Dhahabi, who quotes Muhammad ibn Sahil saying that he heard Ibn Jarir al-Tabari saying, whoever says that Abu Bakr and Umar are not two imams of guidance, he should be killed.
Okay.
What do you think about that? What's the evidence for saying this?
First of all, I'd need to look at the chain because I'm not familiar with who Muhammad bin Sahel is in the first place. Do you know who
Okay.
Muhammad bin Sahel is?
No?
Okay, so why should I care?
Okay, that's fine. You can look into that whenever you want to. So let me give you a statement of another scholar then.
You can look into it too. When I ask you for the source of a report, the sources that will include asanid are like they all go back to 3 or 4 authors. You do realize that, right? You lack the variety of primary sources. Even one of your main primary sources, At-Tusi, is quoting Al-Kulayni half the time. So that's not even considered to be an independent
No, I
source.
think you lied here, Fareed. And to be honest with you, again, I would be happy to debate this issue as
Did
well.
you just
Because
say I lied?
this is
Did you
not
just say I
this is not
lied?
the case. This is not
Did
the
you just say
case. You're lying
طيب
upon our scholars. You're lying upon our
how,
scholars.
name
And by
سيد
the
علي
way,
سيد
even
علي سيد
and
علي لا
listen,
لا لا لا
and by
لا
the
لا
way,
لا لا لا
and by
لا
the
لا
way,
لا 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 لا
and
لا
by
لا
the
لا
way,
لا
We're
you're
not
flying.
gonna let you skip.
can
No,
I
no,
You
no,
finish?
no.
accuse
No,
me of
no.
lying.
Can I
You're
finish?
accused. You're
لا لا
accused.
لا
Can
You're
لا
I
لا لا
finish?
accused.
لا لا
No,
لا لا
no, no.
when you accuse me of lying, this is something else. Okay? سيد علي, name right now, name 5 scholars from the طبقة of Al-Kulayni, okay, that have books.
Intensive Google searching.
No, actually, I'm not going to Google search. As I would say on that, Allahu Alam, there's no issues with saying
ما
that.
في
Even the Prophet.
لا لا you don't
Yeah.
have
So
لا because you don't
I would,
have.
I would need to check this, right? So, okay, so let's take this step by step. What Freed's basically said. He said that this report, the reason why he does not accept it, is because according to his own
لا
admission,
لا شوف.
right?
Now you
According
need
to
to
his own
apologize. لا
admission,
لا شوف
this
you have
is
to apologize. If you want to carry this on, you have to apologize because you just accused me of lying, and when I responded to you, you're like, Wallahu a'lam. You have to apologize if you want to carry this on.
no, okay, no, okay, I apologize if what I said was untrue, okay, but if the case is somewhat different, then yeah, then wallah, then you're lying, isn't it? What else is there to say about it?
This is like the most non-apology apology I've ever seen.
No,
What is
this,
this, man?
no,
What's
Habibi,
this?
listen.